Hey everybody, and welcome to Rider Club Radio, the podcast all about Kamen Rider. I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
And this week we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Drive episode 41. That's 40 plus 1.
We're really close to the end now, aren't we?
I think we have 6 episodes left.
5 or 6. We're damn close.
It's about to be over, and shit's going down.
No kidding. So this episode, there's a bunch of people in a hospital who they walk around and then randomly they stop. And they're like, oh, Sho, I miss you, and then they fall unconscious and they never wake up.
No, they wake up.
They're not dead. They eventually wake up, but like they're unconscious and they haven't woken up as of yet.
No, they wake up because they talk about like people hearing the name Sho before they passed out, and the only way they could know that fact is if someone told them.
That's true. That's true. Oh, they talk about how they hear the weird sound before they pass out.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, there was that, like, one nurse who didn't pass out for whatever the fuck reason. Hopefully we get a reason for that next episode.
I have a lot of questions about this episode that I hope are answered, but we'll go into that later. There's a bunch of people passing out, and they say, Sho, I miss you, and then they pass out. And there's no disease or anything, there's no virus, so they call them the SCU to come in and investigate. And they go around, and they can't find any particles or anything. But it turns out that the whole thing originates from this girl in the hospital, the ballerina who Medic copied, who looks exactly like Medic, and she's like, not a vegetable, but she's like in a wheelchair, and she's
non-responsive.
Non-responsive.
It's also funny that she looks up and everybody's like, oh! And I was like, what? What is it? What? And then they're like, it looks like Medic! And I was like, it does?
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I didn't see that at all until they mentioned it. The hair is totally different, so it frames her face in a different way and makes her look...
she looks completely different.
Yeah, I don't know. The actress is a woman of many faces, apparently. She's a chameleon, as it were. But,
beautiful chameleon.
This is all part of Medic's plan. It's not a coincidence. She's watching from the distance, and also she's got a dog, and Brain doesn't like it very much.
Yeah, Brain is terrified of dogs, we learned this episode.
Not surprising, I guess.
No, I guess not.
Given his character.
Brain has become comic relief and nothing else.
Despite the fact that he's got a gold evolution and could probably kick Medic's ass, he's the comic relief, a.k.a. Medic's butler, basically, from now on.
Pretty much.
Seems like. So, Bano shows up and Mach shows up as well, to where Medic and Brain are scheming, and they start a big fight, and Bano slams himself onto Medic's waist and takes control of Medic. Because, Bano's the evil driver now.
It's probably important that he's a belt at this point. He's not just a person who latches onto her waist and takes control.
That's funny out of context, though. He takes control of Medic, and through Medic he fights Mach, and Mach gets his ass kicked, but then Hart shows up and he rips Bano off, and he's like, Bano, don't fuck with us. And then Chase shows up and Bano's like, okay, this is way too much trouble, I can't deal with this, and he flies off. And Hart, at that point, reveals why he's still fighting the Riders, even though everybody hates Bano. He says, look, even though me and the Riders were both fighting Bano, after I beat Bano, I still want to take over the world. So I'm still a villain. We're not going to be teaming up, don't worry. For now.
For now.
For now. So back at the hospital, Medic's BF reappears. Not Medic's BF, the girl who Medic copied. Her BF appears, and he's like... Oh my god, is Medic okay?
Translator's note, BF is boyfriend.
He's like, oh my god, is Medic okay? Is my girlfriend Medic okay? I'm her boyfriend and I like her.
It's not Medic!
I know, but like, I don't remember her fucking name. The Medic girl.
I don't either.
Is my girlfriend Medic? And he's like, I really like her, I'm her boyfriend. And Medic's watching this, and she's like, why can't he... fucking wake her up. Like, why can't
This description is getting confusing. Medic's watching while Medic's boyfriend is talking to Medic in the hospital.
Okay, let's say Medic and not Medic. How about that?
There we go.
Okay, so
that's fine.
Not Medic's boyfriend appears. Not Medic doesn't wake up, despite the fact that her boyfriend loves her a lot. Medic is watching. She's like, why the hell is not Medic not waking up? I don't know why she's not going to wake up and fall in love with this guy. It's weird. The SCU figures out that Medic and Brain are the ones who planted not Medic in the hospital, and Bano was there too, so it's part of some larger plan. Still nobody quite knows what, but Medic seems to be, like, trying to figure out how to love through her old host, and she's like, oh, when my old host wakes up, then she will be in love with her boyfriend, and that will, I'll just copy that. I think that's her plan.
Yeah.
I think that's the baseline of it.
I think that's her plan. It's a really dumb plan, but you know.
You could just watch a different couple, Medic.
I love your description of, like, why isn't she wake up? Her boyfriend's there, her boyfriend loves her. I'm like, yeah, fucking forget medicine. Just have someone show up who loves you and you'll wake out of your coma.
Well, that's the thing, okay. So, Chase and Drive track down Medic. Medic has kidnapped the boyfriend, and she's like, why aren't you waking up the girl? Don't you like her? And Chase and Drive are like, put that guy down, and they fight Medic. And then, in the middle of the fight, the dog that Medic had runs off and goes to the girl, and it turns out that the dog was Sho, and the girl starts to wake up when she touches the dog. So, fuck you, Jeff. She does wake up if she loves something enough, but it's a dog.
Yeah, fucking... Her poor boyfriend, think about that, though. Like, she loves that dog way more than him.
Yeah, seriously. It's a bad situation for the poor guy. Also, 006 is, he's a shit. He's a jobber. He's an asshole.
Yeah, holy fuck. You were talking last time... Well, I guess we'll get into that.
So, 006 encounters Bano. Bano is like, oh, I'm gonna kill you because I'm beating up roid mutes now. And 006 tries to fight, but Bano pulls his core out and destroys the core and leaves 006 just like a lifeless husk. And then he attaches himself to the lifeless husk and becomes Gold Drive and kicks Go's ass while and shows off how tough he is.
It not only shows off how tough he is, but also shows, like, years of childhood neglect was like for fun. Yeah. He did it because he's just the worst.
Go's like, you were my dad. And he was like, yeah, but I never really liked your mom or you or your sister, really.
Yeah, I never loved you. You're just a test subject.
You were like minions. Kinda.
You're useless to me now, so...
He's a big bad man. And it gives, I think, a little more context to why Go is such an asshole throughout the whole series. He's working with a pretty poor situation, I think. It makes you sympathize with him a little more, that scene.
Yeah, it sure does. The last few episodes have made me sympathize with Go pretty heavily again.
He puts up with a lot of garbage.
And he's not being as outwardly cock-faced as usual.
Yeah. So, the girl wakes up and Medic stops fighting because I think she senses it. And then Drive and Chase stop fighting her as well because they want an explanation.
Well, Drive rescues her from a finisher
Drive
yet again.
Saves her again, yeah. But they stop fighting. And... They're hopefully going to get an explanation, but the episode ends before we get anything about that.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, what did you think of Kamen Rider Drive episode 41?
This is a pretty shipping-heavy episode, wasn't it?
No kidding. I skimmed over it all because it wasn't plot relevant, but there's a whole thing about Chase trying to figure out what a boyfriend is and what love is and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, he takes Shinosuke aside and he's like, yo, Shinosuke... What does having a boyfriend mean? And I'm like, oh, they're gonna make out.
Oh, boy.
He's like,
Here,
what's
Chase,
having a boyfriend or
you.
Girlfriend mean? And Shinosuke explains it fucking horribly. He's like, it's when you have pain in your chest. And Chase is like, a heart attack?
Chase's acid reflux is my boyfriend. There's a bit. My headcanon was completely validated today. There's a bit where...
mine too, buddy.
Gen is talking. Chase is like, what's a boyfriend? And Gen is like, oh, a girlfriend is like the person who you love so much, and they're the best in the world, and they're the greatest. And earlier, Rina got knocked out by the thing. She stopped and asked for Sho and fell unconscious. She was got. And Go is like... Or, not Go, fucking Gen. Gen is like, oh, a girlfriend is like the best thing ever. Why did that have to happen to Rina?
Yeah, that was like, when that happened, I clasped my hands together and, oh, finally! All my cutouts of their characters pasted together on my bedroom ceiling have been validated.
Hours and hours of photoshopping them together in wedding photos and stuff. Wasn't for nothing.
All my fan fiction can come true now.
So yeah, they're having sex, or they want to have sex with each other really bad.
They're absolutely a couple.
Yeah. There you go. There it is.
Or Gen wants to be a couple.
Yeah.
But, you know, who knows?
It's gonna happen. Rina seems pretty into it.
So that was also shipping. And, like, a completely unnecessary scene happens that to me felt like wasting about 30 seconds of the episode's time. Yeah, when Kiriko trips when she's running downstairs. She's just running off to go help Shinosuke, and she trips, and Chase catches her, and he's like, my fucking Kokoro is going doki doki. Does this love?
Is that what he's like, is that what this is? I've been talking a lot about how they seem to be setting up that Chase and Kiriko were a couple, and then they sort of dropped it for like 10 episodes throughout most of the Shinosuke's father arc. And
yeah, they just picked it up with no fucking context.
Yeah, the writers just remember, they're like, oh god, this has to have a conclusion.
She has to fuck the robot. We have to fix this.
Yeah. I want Go to come back into that and be angry about that again.
Go is too busy crying on a beach. Yeah, talking about last episode, you were like, man, I fucking hate that 008 and 006 came for no reason. And I was like, well, have some faith in the writers. 006 is still around.
Surely nothing will happen to him.
Could I have been more wrong
006.
About 006?
006, it's like a double fuck you in this episode. 006 gets up, he's about to fight Bano, and he's like, now let me show you my actual, like, fucking roid mute form that's almost as strong as Heart, and then I'll... dead. Bano fucking kills him before he even finishes his sentence.
They didn't have a suit ready, so they just killed him.
Rest in peace, 006. They didn't have a suit ready. 2015 to 2015.
Boy, he was an interesting character, wasn't he? He was from elsewhere, and he sure did want to kill an iPad.
Yeah, that was...
I'll miss him.
Yeah, he's surely the character in Drive that made the biggest impression on the most people, 006.
When that happened, like, there were people in the room with me, and I still went, what the fuck?
They all give you a weird look.
Yeah.
They saw the screen, they were like, oh yeah, that's horseshit, man. Yeah, we understand.
They're like, what the fuck is this? 006 didn't even transform. And I was like, I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know you even watched this shit, but I'm with you.
70-year-old barber on the other side of the room. I was like, yeah, totally, man, that's bullshit. He didn't even get to use his roid mute form.
So instead, we get the only suit they had lying around, the Proto-Drive suit, dunked in gold paint.
You done me proud, Toei.
Oh, man.
So now we have Gold Drive.
That's the final boss, too.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be.
Like, a friend of ours tweeted earlier, you can't just make the final boss the main character with a different coat of paint. God damn, John Toei.
I'm hoping against hope that he's got another form. Like, he's gonna... Just one more form. Please, Toei, you can pull one out.
You know he has another form. You know it.
Good.
Oh, you know what it is already.
What?
It's Type Trideron dunked in gold paint.
No.
You fucking know it's gonna be.
No, don't toy with me like that. It's gotta be an original suit if he's the final boss. Even the final guy at Gaim, they gave him a new suit. Don't say who it was.
Don't reveal it. It's so important.
It's a pretty big spoiler if you haven't seen
Gaim. Yeah, it is.
I'm hoping that the final fight isn't just Drive versus Gold Drive, but it's not looking good.
That would be such a letdown.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted the final fight to be like Heart versus Drive.
A character that's been there since the beginning would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe...
Although, technically, Bano has been there since the beginning. Well, he's mentioned in episode 1.
Yeah, but he's not been nearly as present in the plot as Heart has.
No. I thought he was dead, as a matter of fact, for most of the series.
It seems like he is. His body is.
Yeah, he's a Krim.
What if, riddle me this, what if Bano dies in the next few episodes and then it is Heart? What if that speech about him saying, like, oh, even without Bano, I'd still be your enemy, what if that was what that was for?
I kind of hope Heart is the one that kills him, then.
That'd be fine by me.
That would be great, if, like, Heart's like, you've wasted your time on this pitiful human, and then he just kills him.
He's like, look, it's just fucking Drive, dunked in gold paint, why would you even bother?
And they'd be like, oh, really? Those in glass houses don't throw stones, they are ultimate Heart.
It's not his fault. That's how evolution goes.
Evolution is turning gold. Eventually, the human race will all be gold once we've evolved.
Just go out and get a tan, and there you go.
Fuck, my mind. Holy shit.
It's a shame I never go outside, or else I'd already be ultimate.
I'm pretty much the standard ass roid mute then, if being tan is being ultimate.
I have a few questions about this episode.
Tell us your questions, sir.
Okay, so Medic's plan is to get the boyfriend to wake up the girl and then see how they love each other, okay?
Uh-huh.
That's her plan from the start.
Terrible plan. Go ahead.
Okay, she doesn't seem to know that the dog is the key.
But she has the dog.
Why does she have the dog?
I don't know.
How did she know that... If she didn't know that the dog was the key, then how did she have that one specific dog?
Did she steal the dog when she stole her form?
Maybe.
Has the dog just been in all those weird-ass sets with scarves hanging everywhere the whole time? It was just real quiet?
In, like, the Grongi Museum and that aquarium, the dog has just been under one of the sheets?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. A little doggy bed there.
The dog was in the piano that was in every single scene that they were in.
That's the only explanation I can think of. But also, I don't know what the dog is doing there. But also, what is the point of making people unconscious?
Yeah, what's causing that? Like, why does this normal human being have this power?
I think it's I think it has something to do with the video cameras, because Chase looks at one really conspicuously.
Yeah, that's
at
true.
one point. So maybe
I thought that was supposed to be because he was going to get the tape. They review that later.
Oh, maybe.
You haven't been paying attention to the episode.
I watched it a little bit ago. I watched it like 8 hours ago, okay? Don't judge me.
You'll have to excuse our podcast. Liam is dying of an incurable disease.
I'm dying. Right after recording last week's episode, I got really, really sick. It's just on the tail end of it now.
That's what happens when you spend 59 minutes talking to me.
Oh, God. So, those are the two questions that I hope get cleared up. Also, another thing, when they're reviewing the footage, Brain and Medic are teaming up to plant not Medic in the hospital, and Bano is there.
Yeah, Bano isn't with them, though. Like, they zoom out, and he's, like, spying in the corner. Like,
okay.
Yeah, put her there.
But what is he... Maybe Bano is causing people to fall unconscious? Like, he's trying to fuck with them?
I don't know about that. Medic seems pretty cool with people falling unconscious.
But why did she need them to? Where does that fit into the plan?
I don't know. Hopefully this gets explained. I don't know.
I hope so as well. It better be in the second part, or I'm going to be upset.
Has Go given up hating Chase? Because Chase shows up to help and Go doesn't even react. He's just like, yeah, this is how it goes now.
I think if I were... that's how it goes.
This is how it fives.
Thank you. Kill me. I think if I were in Go's position, I would have just resigned myself to it now. Just, yeah. It is what it is.
I love Go runs out and Kiriko's like, Go, no, wait. And Chase goes, no, I'll take care of it. And everybody's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Send the one thing he hates most out to see if he's okay.
This couldn't possibly go wrong.
And it doesn't.
Surprisingly. So there it is. I guess they're just fine now.
I guess.
I still love that shot a few episodes ago where they're giving the thumbs up at the camera. And Go just looks so upset that he has to be in the shot with him.
I love that Chase has just become part of the SCU now.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even... He doesn't just show up on his motorcycle when it's time to chase somebody anymore.
No, he's there in the SCU.
Yeah, he gets out of the van wearing some fucking stunner shades.
There's a great part right at the beginning of the episode where, like, he's got his driver's license now, and they pull up to the hospital, and Chase gets out all cool, like, wearing aviators. And it's like, you can tell in his head, he's like, fuck yeah, I can drive now.
Yeah, I got that driver's license, bitch.
I can be the wheelman.
What's up, Kiriko? I think I know what love means now.
Chase is so cool. I wish I could be him.
All you have to do is be a robot.
Oh, that's so easy. Just do some oats and squats and you're halfway there.
Yeah. I love that Bano is just a floating fucking belt. Like, why can he fly? Krim can't fly.
I was just gonna say, Bano can fly. This episode raises so many questions.
He just fucking flies around and he's like, hey guys, it's me, Bano. I'm here for no reason.
He's here to just fuck with everybody's day.
Yeah, and god damn, that was kind of an emotional scene on the beach. It wasn't like him go, like, crying in the woods or whatever.
It was a good scene, yeah.
That's how you can describe episodes now. It's the one where Go cries in the woods. It's the one where Go cries on the beach.
How embarrassing for him. Go cries at the supermarket. Go cries at the movie theater.
Go goes to see Surprise Drive and cries.
What if he dies in Surprise Drive?
He dies in every fucking thing. I was surprised he didn't get killed this episode. Like, when he untransformed and was on the beach and the explosions happened, and it cut to commercial, I was like, well, there we go. He actually is gonna die.
Finally. Jeez.
But then it said in the corner, What's-Her-Face wakes up, and I was like, the corner would say Go dies.
Yeah, if it happened. So, decent episode?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It raises a lot of questions that I really hope get answered in the second part of the two-parter.
Yeah, I think the quality of this episode is going to be a little dependent on the next one.
Yeah, it doesn't stand very well on its own. I will say that. It's a whole lot of the beginning of sentences.
Yeah, there's a good scene with Go, there's a good bit with Chase. 006 just completely thrown out.
A bad bit with 006.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brain gets pissed on, so that's good.
I'm rooting for Brain. He's an underdog now.
I like Brain, I do, but man, he's like a clown now. Like, he did like a Charlie Chaplin black and white movie walk when he had the dog even. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd say this episode was okay, overall.
It was okay. The Gold Drive raises a lot of issues that could ruin the end of the series.
Yeah, I think so too.
If he is the final boss, that negates the threat of the Roid Feuds to me. He's going to completely overshadow the Roid Feuds.
Yeah, if you've got the Roid Feuds as the villains the whole series, and then this guy just pops up and murders them, and then...
He's the creator of the Roid Feuds or whatever. Like, he's ostensibly the Dr. Wily at the end of fucking... You go through the 8 Robot Masters.
Yeah.
But you know you're going to fight Dr. Wily the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you're like, I can't wait to see what awesome robot I get to fight in the end, and then a wrinkled up old fucking scientist shows up as the final boss, and you're like, this is bullshit.
The reason why I'm worried is because by this point in Gaia, I'm pretty sure we had seen the final form of the big bad, right?
It depends on what you think the big bad is.
Well,
in Gaim.
The final fight. Had we seen it yet in 41?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. I'll have to go back and check.
The Gaimcast.
The Gaimcast, welcome. It's important, though, to draw these comparisons when you try to predict stuff.
But, I mean, that was one of the big problems with Kabuto, though. Like, they just threw
the villain was just
the actual villain was at you at the end, and it was fucking who gives a shit, the villain.
Well, at least it was a character that was around for a long time.
Bano was around, quote-unquote, for the whole time as a shadowy figure in flashbacks.
Yeah, was around. He influenced stuff from off stage, I suppose.
I don't think I would be that angry if the final boss fight is him, like, throwing the belt off or whatever, like he's fully assimilated with 006's body, and then uses 006's real form to fight.
Oh.
I would be okay with that.
Oh, like he pulls it into Super Evolution because he's so strong or something.
Yeah, that would be fine by me.
Yeah.
But if Gold Drive is the final boss, I'm gonna shit a brick on the last episode of the show.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yet another question. Where's 004?
I don't know.
I bet.
Yeah, like, he was hyped up for, like, a quarter of an episode, and then he appears... And then he jumps through a window, and we've never seen him again.
Well, here's what I think. Maybe 004 is Evil Krim in the movie, and that's why he only is there for, like, one episode, and that's the one that kind of ties into the movie with the...
I've read some spoilers.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I'm not going to reveal anything. I
suppose you're not going to say if I'm right or wrong?
No, I'm not going to reveal anything. We have to wait 7 months so we can actually see it.
Tell me afterwards. I want to know.
Alright, but I hope that the loose ends are tied up. Think about how few Roid Feuds there are right now. And
Bano kills like 6 of them.
Yeah, just to show that like Bano's belt is strong as fuck or whatever, he tentacle fucks 6 of them to death in 1 second.
So he must have like 10 to go.
I guess you have to kill them all before the end of the series.
I haven't been counting.
I haven't either. If somebody's been counting, tweet at us, at Rider Club Radio. I want to know how many fucking Roid Mutes we have left.
That was a good plug there, I'm impressed. That's at Rider Club Radio.
I try to slip it in, and you're like, that was fucking good every time.
You just slid it in like butter there.
We have a Gmail. It's riderclubradio@gmail.com.
Buy our t-shirts.
We don't have any fucking t-shirts.
Oh, we will someday.
Buy our children's diapers. Disposable.
Rider Club Radio Huggies.
It just has our face on the inside. Anyway.
Okay.
We're running out of Roid Mutes.
Well, it was a decent episode overall. I give it a...
Do you? You give it that high of a score?
Fuck you. I give it a tentative thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll do the exact same. I'll give it like that little bit of like, I'm teasing the crowd in the Roman Colosseum thumbs
like,
up.
Maybe I'm gonna make him not cut his head off. Oh,
maybe I'm gonna have the lions come out, maybe I'm not, you know?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the episode is gonna solve the questions, maybe not.
Yeah, that's true.
Emperor Caligula
like I said,
is waving his thumb around.
It's very much like the beginning of a bunch of sentences that could be decent sentences.
Yeah.
You could turn that page and the sentences could continue, like, the first part's like, John walked into the house, and then the second part is, fucking murdered his wife!
And that would be the best case scenario for this episode.
Kiriko is, relegated to pushing around a half-dead girl in a wheelchair for the whole episode.
Well, she did something.
She falls off some stairs and
Yeah.
acts as a love interest for Chase.
It's not nothing.
It's almost nothing.
Oh.
She has a couple lines, at least.
Yeah.
I think Q has more lines in this episode than she does, though. And that's saying something.
The thumb is in the middle. The thumb is horizontal.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe a little bit diagonal.
So, a tentative B-.
Yeah, I suppose. Decent.
Alright, so now that we've gotten the formalities out of the way, nobody cares about Drive.
Now for the real part of the podcast, let's talk about some news.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom, you go ahead.
Oh.
Now tell us about some news, Liam.
Drive's most recent quarterly toy earnings are the lowest since Kiva.
Which weren't very high to begin with.
I guess I can't say I'm surprised. Kamen Rider toy sales for the last few years have been just like a slow downward step each season.
Yeah.
Like this season sells less than the last season, sold less than the last season, etc. And Drive is a continuation of that trend, it seems like. But
in a weird way, it seems like they should be putting a lot of thought into what these toys are and how many children are going to be buying them, like what appeals to kids. But toy sales are showing that they're not really doing a whole lot of research on this.
Yeah, you'd think Bandai might know best about this. They usually make pretty cool toys, but I don't know. What is the pattern that causes them to keep going down and down and down? It's not like the toys are getting shittier. I mean, shift cars are bad,
No.
but Lockseeds are pretty good.
Shift cars are shit.
Yeah.
They're shit cars.
Lockseeds were cool. Lockseeds were better than the rings, so why did Lockseeds sell less than the rings overall?
I don't know. I think it has something to do with, like, diminishing returns, maybe. Like, they're still aiming towards the same audience, but that audience is moving on.
Maybe. But there are more, like, your audience is kids, like boys age 8 to 12 or whatever. There's a new legion of boys age 8 to 12 to fill it in when the ones move on.
Boys age 8 to 12, grown men age 20 to 30.
Oh god, I hope so, or else that would be embarrassing for us.
Oh, come on. We wouldn't be into something for children.
No. God. That's
Yeah,
dumb.
I have no idea. Like, the rings are, were dumb, I thought.
The rings are okay. They look neat on a desk, which I think for me at least is like the deciding factor of whether I get one or not.
Yeah, for children, not so much.
Yeah, I suppose. But you gotta have something to play with. Like,
Yeah.
I
And
don't
that
know.
might be why the shift cars didn't do so well.
But
there's no, Hot Wheels track to do your fucking, Deco Traveler
No,
one.
it's just a fucking car. It's just a fucking Hot Wheels. We've been through shift cars before. They suck, man. it's not surprising that they don't sell well.
But children love Hot Wheels,
Okay,
is my thing. But maybe it's, like, not a hot item in Japan, but shouldn't Bandai have done the research on that?
I don't know, man. Maybe they did the research, and the research pointed towards shift cars selling, and it just didn't fucking pan out. Because sometimes the market is unpredictable.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But I mean, like, think about how much of a Kamen Rider series is dictated by what the toys are going to be.
Oh yeah, Toku in general, not just Kamen Rider.
Yeah. And if you put that much time and effort into, like, figuring out what those toys are going to be, how crushing would it be to your business to just have them not sell worth a shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is what's making me think we're heading towards another 1990s with Kamen Rider.
What is going to happen to the podcast, then?
We'll fucking talk about Ultraman or Garo or something.
Alright.
We'll talk about Bokenger. We'll be the Bokenger podcast.
Just tune in for Bokenger Club Radio starting next week. Oh, God.
We named it after that obscure Bokenger club from the episode.
You want to talk a bit about Bokenger later?
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that later.
Later. That'll be a little preview for later.
We want to take our hats off and place them on our chests in remembrance of a Toku actor lost.
Rest in peace, Mayasuke Izumi, the guy that played Kamen Rider Orga / the Horse Orphanok in Fies.
Yeah, he passed away under, it's not mysterious circumstances.
It's an
they know what he passed away by, but it's not something they're releasing to the public.
Yeah, it's some illness. He died at 35 of an unreleased illness.
Anytime a rider actor goes down, it brings a tear to my eye.
It's always a sad thing. He was young, too.
I'm just unbelievably glad that Hiroshi Fujioka's still with us.
Somehow. The guy's an Iron Man, but...
He's gonna hold on longer than Stan Lee, I bet.
Poor Mayasuke, though, man. It's a shame. They always... Japanese celebrities seem to do this a lot, or the big names in Japan, where if they get sick with, like, a terminal illness, they just don't tell anyone.
Yeah,
so that it comes out of nowhere when they die.
I mean, Satoru Iwata passed away recently, and nobody in the States even knew that there was anything wrong with him.
It was a shock.
He missed a show and cited, like, health reasons or whatever, but that could just mean he has, like, a real bad flu.
Yeah. So, rest in peace, Mayasuke Izumi. Our hearts go out to your loved ones. You are already missed, and I'm sure you will be missed even more. Yeah,
he was an amazing part of Fies, like a good part. Unlike some parts of Fies that I won't get into.
Kamen Rider 555, who shall remain nameless.
Takumi was alright. Anyway, let's move on to happier news.
Away from that, Dark Drive has evil shift cars.
This is happier news.
Dark Drive has shift cars that are black Tron versions of regular shift cars. He's got, let me look at the picture here. I got a photo. He's got a Black Evil Justice Hunter. He's got Black Evil Deco Traveler. And he's got Black Evil Shift Technic. And that's what he's got.
You can bet your ass there's going to be a box set released.
Oh, yeah.
With, like, nice, like, lining on the inside, velvet and shit, and, like, an inset of the Drive logo.
Honestly?
And it's gonna be $800.
It's gonna be, at first it's gonna be, like, $50. And it's gonna, like, pre-order only. It's gonna come out in goddamn, like, September of next year. And then from then on, you're not gonna be able to find it for anything under $200. So
absolutely
you better snatch that shit up right now.
If you really want fucking Tron line shift cars...
Actually, pre-orders are open right now, so go fast if you want them. If you would like a Black Justice Hunter, you better hurry, son.
I couldn't imagine anybody spending the price that they're asking for fucking Hot Wheels.
2,500 yen. That's like 25 Canadian dollars. That's not bad. For 3 shift cars.
3 Hot Wheels! They're a little bigger than Hot Wheels, and they do twist in the middle.
Yeah, friend. Why don't you shut the fuck up about things you don't know anything about?
God, Canadian dollars, by the way.
It's way easier to convert yen to Canadian dollars than it is to American. It's almost exactly $1,000 to $10 in Canadian.
Canadians.
So there's one thing we have going for us.
Fucking Canadians. Anyway, we have some news about Gaim Gaiden. Gaim, the new Deno, apparently. It's just going to continue forever.
Yeah, seriously. Black Baron, which is exactly what it sounds like, is going to appear in Gaim Gaiden 2.
They still have that bucket of black paint left around.
Yeah. I think maybe one of the Toei execs made a deal with the devil, and they've got a bottomless vat somewhere in the Toei headquarters.
We need somebody for the movie. Don't worry, I got this covered. Whips open that vat.
So Black Baron is going to appear in the Zack portion, obviously, since he's all about the Baron. And we're not sure who uses it, but it's probably going to be Kaido. Wait, no, can't be Kaido. Kaido, I don't know, man. Who knows who it's going to be, but it's Black Baron.
It could be anybody. It could even be Zack.
It could even be Jeff.
Yeah, maybe my dreams of getting shoved into a Grape Nuts commercial will come true.
The actual banana part is yellow, but the undersuit, the red undersuit, is black. So it actually doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look like a big rotting banana. But, I mean, it is still a recolor. So there you go.
Yeah, they love using that black undersuit.
In case you didn't have enough of those already in Gaim Gaiden.
So, look forward to that, I guess.
There's a few more plot details as well. It is Kamen Rider Duke's portion is going to be how he puts together the Energy Rider. 4 guys, the 4 Energy Riders. Yoko Minato is an industrial spy who becomes interested in Ryoma when he correctly guesses the ambition that's lurking in her heart. Which was apparently to be the servant to a king? I don't know.
Which is to be there when someone else gets power.
Yeah, to watch from the sidelines. And the original character, Kudo Kugai, is Ryoma's predecessor, who was supposed to be dead after an accident occurred when they were testing Ryoma's lock seeds. And he's going to come back, and I think he's Kamen Rider Saver.
Savior?
Savior. I think the official name is Saver.
I knew it was going to be.
Yeah.
Whatever sounds more English is going to be the official name.
That's what they settled on. And the details for the Zack portion are apparently Team Neo Baron is going to hold illegal underground Lockseed fighting rings. And Orin and Janochi are going to be there for fights.
Which I wonder, is that going to disqualify them from having their own Gaiden?
I don't know, man. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not as well. That's, perfectly set up. They're already, weird partners in a way.
Yeah, Gaidens are all about duos, so you could have them as a duo, and it'd be a good Gaiden, I think. I hope they get one. We'll see. Maybe if this one...
I think it would be great, personally, but what do I know? I'm not John Toei.
Maybe if the Gaidens keep selling well, they'll keep making more until they're out of cast members.
Well, I think that's all the news we have this time, isn't it?
We have rumors about Kamen Rider Ghost's lead actor. And there are a bunch of very, very attractive-looking Japanese young men.
Which is shocking. Since when did Kamen Rider ever just have attractive men in it?
I'll get you the pictures. I'll show the pictures in the blog post. They're very cute and handsome. I think the one that seems the most likely is Shun Nishime.
What has he done before?
It says he's the winner of Junon 2014, but apparently the other 2 rumor guys are going to be on stage shows later this year doing other stuff, so...
so it probably will be him.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, he's very handsome.
The end of this Drive episode did feature a little bit of surprise Drive that included footage of Ghost in motion for the first time and showed the flying effect that we were making fun of preemptively. That actually looks pretty damn cool.
Well, we only saw a second of it, but yeah, it looks pretty neat.
Yeah, it creates this smearing after image of his colors that looks a lot better than just having him float around with a gray filter over him.
Yeah, that's true. And one thing I love about Ghost is that the way his helmet lights up, the colored bits light up and leave his eyes dark. That looks so cool.
Sick.
You gotta see it.
It looks so good.
If you've seen this week's episode, you saw it. So hopefully you did. It was really good.
And that just opens up the doors to all the other faceplates are going to glow in the same way. Which is gonna be awesome.
I'm praying for night scenes or indoor dark scenes where we can see a lot of that.
Well, he is a ghost.
Yeah, so here's praying.
Seems like nighttime would be his time.
Yeah.
That's actually something that I've noticed. recently is that, how long has it been since Kamen Rider had a lot of night scenes?
I don't know, man. You don't have
It's been
many.
a long time.
Showa Riders had some night scenes, but...
Well, I mean, Kuga and Agito, like, most of Agito's scenes seem to be at night. From my memory, it's been a long time.
Yet. I haven't seen it.
God, you suck.
I'm working towards it.
You're a piece of shit. How far are you into Kuga?
I'm pretty far now. I'm over halfway.
Wow.
Like 8 weeks after I started watching
Wow. You need to get your shit on the ball, Liam.
One of these days. I've been sick. I have an excuse.
You're just full of excuses.
Oh. Is it time for emails?
It's time for email.
We have one that I especially love from Hotshot. Hotshot14KP. And Hotshot says, "Hey guys, my question for you this week if there was to be a battle royale between all Heisei riders in their final forms, who would win and why? What do you think, Jeff?"
All in their final forms, eh?
Yeah.
I think the, standard answer to this is, Ultimate Kuga.
Nope.
Because he's, rated to be so unbelievably powerful that, he could obliterate the planet if he let loose entirely.
Ultimate Kuga's okay, I guess, but if someone were to perhaps figure out a way to go back in time and murder Kuga when he was a baby, then he would win, wouldn't he?
I would like to say that Tendo probably wouldn't do that.
Well, okay, let's say Tendo would go back in time and he would go to the moment when Kuga found the belt and he would kick it away from him and laugh at him. And then he would go back to normal and Kuga just wouldn't be in the fight.
I feel like Kuga would probably walk over and pick the belt up from the floor where he kicked
he would.
it.
No, Tendo would pick it up and be like, "Godai, you're a fucking goofball. You're not worthy to be a rider," and then he'd take it with him into the future. That's where he'd go with it.
This is operating on the idea that Kuga and Kabuto happen in the same world, which is all kinds of fucked
if
up.
they're fighting, then they have to be in the same world for some reason.
That's not even true, bitch. There's tons of interdimensional stuff happening in Kamen Rider.
Okay, so what if Kabuto follows Kuga back to his own dimension, and then goes back in time?
That's a lot of what-ifs, buddy.
Okay, look. Okay, maybe it would be Kuga.
I was actually going to choose a different one.
Oh, really? Because my choice is Kabuto.
My choice would be Agito.
Oh.
And it's because of a spoiler that happens at the end of the series.
Well, I'm sure it's something to do with the fact that he blows up the moon or something crazy like that.
No, it's not so crazy.
Okay. He blows up an asteroid.
I can't tell you. It's one of the things that Agito is best known for. I'll put it that way. I'm sure everybody that's listening is giggling hee hee, I know what he means and Liam doesn't.
Fuck all of you. Do you think Ryuki is the weakest Heisei rider?
Oh, that's a tough one, honestly.
Who would be the first to go out? I think it would be Ryuki.
I would think it would be Ryuki just because Shinji's Shinji, honestly.
Well, most of the time when a rider does a final form, you see them do something really impressive with it.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody does anything impressive in survive mode. They fight other riders really good, but they never lift up a fucking building or anything.
Hey, without his dragon, he can't even do a finisher.
Yeah. What the hell? Let's assume he has the dragon just to give him a goddamn fighting chance.
Yeah.
But I think he'd still get his ass kicked.
See, I don't know. I think if we're talking final forms, I guess Blade's final form is pretty strong. So I think maybe Faiz would be the first to go out because he's purely technological, and he never does anything that's too insane.
Can he start up in his final form, or is that only in the... Okay, that's pretty cool though. Man.
He can go real fast.
Startup would give him a big advantage, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. It's tough because every rider seems to have their own strength.
Yeah, except for Ryuki.
Yeah, I would choose Agito.
Okay. My money would be on Kabuto.
Although, my question would be, does this take place in Fudo? And is there a city full of people chanting Kamen Rider Double's name? Because if so, they win.
I guess if they have all their citizens cheering for them. But Double's final form is bad, so let's assume it loses.
Yeah, so are all of them for the most part.
No, some are better than others. Hibiki's final form looks really cool.
Yeah, and
Blades.
Kuga and Agito have great final forms.
Yeah, Ultimate Kuga is really cool.
Yeah, Blade King form is pretty decent.
Is really neat. Survive mode isn't very good. I can't
Survive mode's a piece of shit. Yeah.
It looks like the front of a sports car.
It really does. It's just the grill of a car.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, that's our answers. Agito for Jeff, Kabuto for me.
Unless all that shit's happening in Fudo.
Unless it's happening in Fudo, then it's double, that bastard. It's a shame we'll never know. No,
every crossover will just end in everybody fucking hugging and being like, being a Kamen Rider is butt fucking or whatever.
It would end in them stopping and fighting Neo Super Shocker or whatever the hell the villain of the movie.
They would stop fighting because they were about to crush a flower, and they'll all feel really guilty about it.
Go watch Heisei vs. Showa right now. Stop. Turn off the podcast.
Don't fucking send them into that abyss.
You have work to do.
Our next email is from Diego. Hi guys, I'm from Uruguay, and I really enjoy your podcast. Hey, welcome to Americanada.
Welcome to the community.
I found out about it in the General a couple weeks ago, and since then I've been listening to it on a weekly basis. I'm sorry for your loss. Here's the question.
Don't listen to him, you got good taste.
If a Kamen Rider season were to be turned into an anime, which one would you like it to be? Liam?
Ooh. I would want to pick a Rider series that would have been cool if it had unlimited special effects, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If a Kamen Rider season were to be turned into an anime.
This doesn't negate the season from existing.
I know. You go first. I need to think.
Alright. I'm actually going to cheat the fuck out of this. Okay. And I'm going to say Kamen Rider Spirits.
That is absolutely a cheat.
That is not even the same question. But if I could have anything Kamen Rider related become an anime, it would be Kamen Rider Spirits. It's just, it's a manga for one. And most great animes begin life as a manga.
That's true.
And it's just ripe for it, man. The action is so over the top, it needs to be animated.
That would be really good. If it actually had a decent budget behind it and wasn't made by Toei.
Yeah.
That would be good.
If it wasn't Dragon Ball Super.
Have you seen those fucking screenshots of Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah, I have.
That's why you always read the manga, folks, when it comes to Dragon Ball.
Anyway. Yeah, people were surprised about that shit. I'm like, did you watch Dragon Ball Z?
I mean, the older episodes...
Like, every other episode was fucked up.
They had better animation in the older ones, but, like, it's still... Toei, they're one of the cheapest animation companies there is, as far as the popular ones go. I'm scared for Digimon Adventure Tri.
Good luck with that, buddy.
Man, I love Digimon. I don't want them to fuck it up.
To quickly tie this back into what we're talking about, Akira Toriyama's favorite insect is a cicada because it looks so much like Kamen Rider, it makes him chuckle.
Huh. How about that?
That is something that will be posted on the Tumblr in a couple days. I saw it in the fucking queue.
I have an answer.
Okay.
I want Stronger.
Yeah.
Stronger was cool, and he had these cool big attacks like the Super Electro Kick and the Drill Kick that he gets when he's in Charge Up. I want to see those animated with actual crazy lightning everywhere and all fast and shit. Get all sorts of cool camera angles because you're not limited by being made in the 70s anymore. That would look awesome,
yeah.
I think.
If I actually had to choose a series to become an anime, it would be the original Kamen Rider.
Of course.
Because I think if you're going to start somewhere, you should start at the beginning.
Yeah, that makes sense. We have another one from Sarah, and Sarah says she wants to know if there was one Rider series that you could go back and watch fresh with no knowledge or expectation of the story or anything. Which would you pick to relive the hype again? Jeff, what do you say?
That's a tough one. I think the first series that I really sat down and got into was Double, because it was airing when I first got into Kamen Rider.
Oh yeah.
And but I don't know if I would want to relive the hype with that series or not.
Was it bad hype? Was it traumatic?
No, it was good. It was good, and I was excited for each new episode. But, I don't know, knowing the whole package now is so, like, satisfying. Except for one thing that I mention all the time. But, I don't think it would be double that I would want to go back and see again. That's a tough one. It really is. What about you, Liam?
I would say Gaim, with the caveat that I can write myself a little note that says, don't watch the last episode. Because Gaim...
Stop yourself.
Gaim was... I liked it a lot. Gaim was a series where I was really, really like... An episode would end and I would be like, God damn it! Like, I wanted so bad to see what was going to happen next with Gaim. Like,
That's
it
true.
ramped
I lived
up,
the same
and
thing.
every single week it would be like, holy shit! And then something crazy, like someone would die or blow up or turn into a monster, and you'd be like, holy shit! And like, it would just keep going and going. The middle section of Gaim is just this crazy fucking ride, and I would love to do it all again without knowing what was going on. That was a real fucking experience. Man, that's my answer.
That's a series that I could watch again with no knowledge of it. I'm going to say Kuga, so I could fall in love with Godai all over again.
It's a beautiful feeling.
I love him, but it's like a lived-in love. We've lived in the same house together for a long time.
You don't outwardly express it anymore. You've been together for like 30 years now.
But I feel it.
To
in
an
my
outside
heart
observer, it would seem loveless, but you know, deep down inside.
I wouldn't say I'm there yet. I'm like at the 10-year point or whatever, where it's cooled down.
It's losing its luster. That arc, I guess I never mentioned this on the podcast, that arc in Kuga around like 11 and 12, when he goes to see his teacher again.
Mm-hmm.
That might be my favorite episode, or like two-parter episode bit in Kamen Rider ever. From what I've seen. That was so, like, it was such a great, hearing this Karate Bugman story about monsters, you have a story of like a disillusioned teacher trying to find meaning in his job again. And it's well done. It's not like jarring or weird. It ties in.
There's like a really like there's something like cinematic about it. It's not just a children's show or whatever. It's an actual like piece of film.
Yeah, and it's like they spend so much time of him just getting to his school, but it's not boring. They do enough with his character that you care about him and you want to see him find the meaning in teaching again.
Yeah,
it's a great arc.
And you're sort of on the edge of your seat in two ways. Like, you want Kuga to be able to stop the Grongi that he's dealing with, but you're also on the edge of your seat because Kuga, like, Godai has to make it to meet his teacher, or his teacher will lose his luster.
You want him to stop the Grongi in time so he can get to the school before midnight when he promised.
You're almost more on the edge of your seat for him to make it to the school in time than for him to fight the Grongi.
Yeah, because there's more character stakes on that instead of like action monster stakes.
It's an amazing arc.
Oh god, it's so good. If you haven't seen Kuga,
go back and watch it.
Go watch, finish whatever season you're watching right now, and then go watch Kuga.
Yeah, move that right to the top of your list.
It's so good.
Sarah also asks, alternatively, is there a series that you think becomes better or worse on rewatching a second time around?
I've never watched a series again. I've never watched a series twice.
Have you not?
Never in my life. I wouldn't know.
I have watched the series twice, and I think that Kabuto becomes worse watching it the second time over.
I guess knowing what's happening or what's gonna happen to Kabuto. Yeah.
Yeah, everything that's set up in the beginning, like, you can't enjoy it in the same way that you enjoyed it the first time around because you know it's not going to matter.
Yeah, because the midpoint of Kabuto, you're like, or the early and like early middle period of Kabuto, you're like, damn, this is really good. This is really fucking good. This is good stakes, good tone, the pacing's good. I want to see where this is going. But if you know where it's going, you know it's going straight down into the shitter.
It's going nowhere for the most part. And, I don't know, the first time I watched, I was really excited for Gatak to show up.
Oh, God.
And now I know exactly when he shows up and everything, and I know it's awesome, but I've already seen it, so it's not going to carry me through shit getting bad.
Yeah, I understand that.
I would say that. In a weird way, I would say that watching Wizard again, 'cause I've never actually finished Wizard. I've watched the same number of episodes twice.
Couldn't make it through it. Tried twice and couldn't make it.
I think Wizard has really good fight scenes, and its suits are amazing.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're great.
And the first time you watch it, you're like enthralled by it, and you almost don't really notice that there's nothing going on most of the time. And if you're going back into a series that you've already seen all the fight scenes and everything in, the importance of the characterization is doubled.
Yeah.
You have to have like a really good supporting cast and a decent story in order to go back and watch something again. And it just feels really hollow because the supporting cast is non-existent in Wizard.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear Beast is good.
He doesn't show up until later.
Oh.
I never made it. I think I made it to Beast the first time.
You tried real hard.
Yeah. I tried real hard. Wizard's not bad. It's just mediocre.
Okay, everybody, I want to address something about Wizard. Everybody says Wizard's not bad, it's just really boring. But doesn't that mean it's fucking bad if a show is boring and you want to turn it off?
No, it's not boring, and you don't really want to turn it off. If you like marathon that shit, you will want to turn it off.
Yeah.
At some point, you'll just be like, alright, I'm kind of bored with this, and you'll turn it off. I think the action carries the boring narrative. And there's a little bit of intrigue to be had in that series. Like, it's a solid C. It's a mediocre series. It's not bad. It's not good.
Okay. I understand. A little bit.
It's not, it's like, you go to turn on your TV to watch Seinfeld or whatever, and Friends is on.
Oh. Then I turn off the TV.
Well, you think Friends is bad.
I don't hate Friends.
I think Friends is mediocre.
Friends. I just don't go out of my way to watch it.
Yeah, like you just have your TV on in the hopes that Seinfeld will come on, but Friends does instead. So you just leave it on.
Oh.
I'm unfairly comparing Wizard to Friends, I think.
Well, as far as I've heard...
Friends had a good supporting cast.
Oh, wow.
Boom! No, I'm kidding. I'm fucking
Wizard
joking.
got fucking roasted.
I'm just
Eat
kidding.
that one, Haruto.
I can't wait. Like, last week I posted this in general, and somebody was like, Liam has such shit taste, it's not even funny. I can't wait for the Jeff has such shit taste. It's not
Everyone
even funny.
agrees with you, though, when you say Wizard is mediocre. I mean, I've seen that opinion repeated tons of different places.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who, like, really love Wizard, though. Like, Wizard is one of their favorite series.
I'm sure there's, like, it's a subculture. The only reason people say I
Yeah.
have shit taste is because I like Kamen Rider Night, and those people are wrong when they say that I have bad taste.
I love how many people write in to tell me that they love me shitting all over Night in front of you. Like, it's their favorite part of the show.
It's like, I guess to them it's like if someone's favorite writer is Mitchie or something, and like... You get to like, there are so many reasons to hate him. It's so easy. Except Night's cool, and there are no reasons to hate him.
It's exactly like somebody's favorite Kamen Rider is Michi, really.
Don't you fucking compare Ren to Michi. They're not even close.
No, Ren is Kaido.
Yeah. That's a fair comparison.
That is it's an exact comparison for the most part.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Kinda spoilers.
Our next question is from Chris.
Okay.
He says, "Hey guys, as always, enjoying the podcast. My question this time is, I can't remember if it's been asked or not, but I was curious as to what series you've seen or haven't seen so far that you think has the best soundtrack. Personally, I'm into jazz and saxophone, so O's and Double have my highest rating." Liam?
I think it's a toss-up for me between Black and O's. O's has such great... I haven't seen O's. I haven't seen a single episode of O's, but I've heard all the combo music, like Gotta Keep It Up and Power to Terror, I believe it's called, or the one for Tatoba. Those things are so fucking bumpin'. I love them.
They are. They're really great. I haven't actually seen O's either. I had this period after I finished Double where I just never had the time to watch Kamen Rider.
Yeah, when you're an adult, you got work full-time, you got, like, or you're full-time student with part-time work or whatever, you gotta squeeze
it got really, like, hectic for a while, so I guess I didn't come back to it, and I'm trying to, like, fill in the gaps a bit.
Yeah.
And O's is on my list of stuff to do, so don't write in telling me, Jeff, you gotta watch O's. I'm gonna fucking do it.
All you old grandmas in our fan base don't.
Jeff, you don't understand. O's is the best series.
Back in my day, we all watched O's, and we liked it.
Yeah, O's has great music. And I actually absolutely agree that Double has an amazing soundtrack. Like, one of my favorite songs from all Kamen Rider history is, and it's one that Liam doesn't like very much because he's got shit taste, is Cyclone Effect.
Yeah, you showed me
one of my
Cyclone
favorite
Effect.
songs.
Yeah.
I also love Finger on the Trigger. I think that's an amazing song.
I haven't heard that one.
But yeah, like, every form has its own theme. In Double. It carried on into O's, of course, but...
Yeah, because Double has kind of his own combos. There's Cyclone Joker, Luna Trigger, and...
Yeah.
All those. Yeah.
Like, Luna Trigger's theme is, Finger on the Trigger, and, Cyclone Joker is Cyclone Effect.
Obviously, yeah.
And I forget the other one. But it's also good.
You can talk all you want about Kamen Rider soundtracks, but at the end of the day, the number one best song in Kamen Rider history comes from Black.
That's
undeniable.
Fuck-a-lutely true.
The transformation theme from Black, with the fucking choir singing as the camera goes around him as he transforms, is one of the best. Like, when that song first comes on, it doesn't appear until, like, episode 26 or something, really late.
Yeah, it's like the second transformation
Yeah, it's
theme.
quite late in the series. When it comes on, it's so... God, you just, like, melt in your seat listening to that shit. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I want that shit to play, like, when I'm out with friends playing basketball or something, and I get the ball, and it's, like, 10 seconds until
Shot
fucking... Yeah. I want that to play when I have to get up in front of a board meeting at some point in my life and have to...
Just get the boombox in there.
That song is amazing. Yeah. I would choose Agito. I've been hyping that show up, but fucking Believe Yourself, Deep Breaths. God, it's all so good. Like, the theme from Agito, like the actual Agito theme is amazing, too. God, it's also good. Yeah, Agito.
Kuga's also a pretty good soundtrack, too. I like
What does?
Kuga.
Oh, yeah, Kuga has a great soundtrack. I fucking love the Kuga theme.
The theme song of Kuga is good, but it also has really good, like, relaxing downtime music for when characters are talking or doing, like, comedy relief stuff. I think Kuga's got the best of those.
That's true.
There's, like, the little saxophone. I post them on the Twitter sometimes if you want to go to that. That's at Rider Club Radio, by the way. You can see...
What was the name of that Twitter again?
If you didn't hear me, that was at Rider Club Radio.
Oh boy, I can't wait to follow that shit.
See all the best Kamen Rider tweets.
Anyway, like, I love the ending theme from Kuga. It's one of my favorite songs ever, actually.
Yeah, so many good songs in Kamen Rider.
Yeah, actually, my favorite Kamen Rider song of all time isn't... It might actually be Black's second Henshin theme, but, like, neck and neck with that is Lonely Rider, the final theme from the original series.
That's a good one, yeah.
Which has been our ending theme, like, 5 or 6 times.
It was the old one, yeah.
Yeah, it was the one when Dead Guy was still on the show.
Edgar, he wants to know, do you think it's possible for Kamen Rider to get an amazing or at least fairly decent localization in North America, a la Kamen Rider Dragon Knight or Masked Rider, and what season do you think would work best? Jeff?
No. I think it's absolutely impossible given the history of adaptations in America. There have been decent adaptations, but most of them have been absolutely fucking god-awful. And I think you have to have some sort of
you can't say most of them when there have been 2.
Well, I'm talking about the different seasons of Power Rangers.
Oh, Power Rangers. You're talking about Toku?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about Toku in general.
Yeah, okay.
Like, both Kamen Rider series have been shit, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Dragon Knight's pretty bad. From what I've seen of Dragon Knight is pretty rough.
I think you have to have an appreciation of the original material in order to make a localization work. And I just don't see, like... The only localizations we're going to get are probably going to be from Saban or a company of Saban's caliber or below.
Yeah.
And And I think Saban has sort of fallen ass backwards into good seasons of Power Rangers.
I've heard from Power Rangers fans that Dino Charge is pretty good.
I liked SPD a lot. I thought that was actually a decent show.
Even when I was a kid, I never saw any Power Rangers, so I don't know.
I think I was a late teenager when SPD came out. I'm not even certain Saban had anything to do with that.
I know Disney.
There was a period when
they made some.
There was a period when Disney made it, but
can you imagine if Disney had the rights today? They'd probably do beautiful things with it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even when Disney had the rights to Power Rangers, it was just something that they could quickly shit out and make money with, like the home video releases of movie sequels and shit.
Yeah. Fucking
so
101 Dalmatians 3 and all that.
It would go on like that. Call me pessimistic, but I just don't see an Americanized version of Kamen Rider doing very well as a series.
I'm inclined to agree. I think we're not going to get better than Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight is like, it's Power Rangers, but it's like, just like Kamen Rider, it's aimed at a slightly older audience than Power Rangers. Like, same with Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. It's got a slightly, like, more fights and shit. They got their hands on the suits. They were able to do enough of their own fights. They completely fucked the story.
Oh, yeah. They changed the story from the ground fucking up.
Oh, yeah, man. If you've seen Dragon Knight and not Ryuki, they're both worth watching.
Yeah, you can watch both of them and, like, not see much overlap whatsoever besides the fight scenes.
Yeah, some fight scenes, not even all fight scenes.
Yeah.
The plot is completely different. I think that's the best we're going to get, which is a shame because Dragon Knight's not that great.
Yeah.
But in a perfect world, if you were the director of an adaptation and you could make it good, which one do you think you'd pick? Which show?
I don't know if this would do well with an American audience or not, but I would probably choose Blade.
Ooh.
Because Blade has a decent amount of Kamen Riders in it. It has like the 3 main riders.
Yeah, it's good. Blade and
the
four of those.
Yeah, I think that there's enough meat to that story and everything that it could be, like, it has sort of a Western style to it in the way the story's told. There's a whole lot of, like, misunderstandings and J-drama shit, don't get me wrong.
Well, yeah, it's mid-Heisei.
But Americans actually really dig that drama in their shit now. Like, it's big. All you have to do to make a successful television series now is film it with a really good camera for a change and make all the characters hate each other. And you could have an HBO series.
I thought all you had to do to make a successful television series is just film people fighting in, like, a reality TV show setting.
You could do that with a Ryuki if you want to do that again. Whatever.
Just take Ryuki and make the camera all shaky and shitty, and there you go.
Have people curse and just fucking bleep it out every few seconds.
Instead of fighting over the wish, they're fighting over like a repossessed car or someone's girlfriend. There you go.
Cheaters, Ryuki edition.
Call me Saban.
Yeah, I would choose Blade because Americans tend to, like, they want to take their toku in, like, teams.
Yeah.
But they also really love infighting in those teams, and I highly hesitate to call the Blade Riders a team. So I think it could be twisted in a way to present it like this is a team to American audiences, but still keep everything else in the story exactly the same, including the ending, which is why I don't think it would play well.
Don't tell me I haven't seen Blade.
No, I won't.
Okay.
But that's the series I would choose.
Okay.
What about you?
I said this back when I finished watching Kabuto that I think it would jive pretty well with American audiences because it involves aliens. And for some reason in America, Toku always has to involve aliens. So with Kabuto, you got it built in. There's aliens right there.
Don't gloss that shit over. I want to take a step back. You're absolutely fucking right. Holy shit, you've opened my eyes to a whole new world. Like, fucking every Power Rangers series has aliens in it.
It's the
fucking every Toku series has aliens in it.
It's whenever, like, in Power Rangers, every time, if their powers come from, like, ancient... In Super Sentai, for example, if their powers come from ancient ninja scrolls or, like, dinosaur artifacts or what the fuck ever, They ported it over to Power Rangers, and it's like, whoa, these aliens came down in a meteor spaceship, and there's alien tools in there. And it's like, okay, it's fucking aliens, because that explains how...
We need to go to this fucking alien planet and get trained by the alien ninja master to know alien ninjutsu.
The big blue alien robot ninja. It's like it's a simple, quick way to explain why everything's all sci-fi. Even though it's like ancient artifacts, that sort of thing. Like, the Z-Rangers were cavemen. Why do they have these crazy sci-fi powers? It's fucking aliens, okay? Just fucking roll with it.
The Z-Rangers are cavemen. Why are they all wearing modern fabrics and weird-ass fucking stage clothes?
Let's get rid of that for Power Rangers. They're teenagers with attitude now.
Just make them a bunch of fucking bland, suburban teenagers.
Yeah, but with Kabuto, you got not only do you have aliens built in, which everyone loves.
Oh, yeah.
But you also, it's like those Avengers movies that everyone likes, where you have the aliens coming from space to fight, and there's the people, like the team of, well, sort of, I guess you could kind of call them a team. They're always bitching and fighting each other.
Yeah.
The team, quote unquote, assembled and given these cool ass, like, Iron Man looking suits to fight them. I think that would jive really well with Western audiences.
That's true. And in the same way with Blade, you could twist it to frame it like they're a team.
Yeah. If you get your hands on the suits, like, you don't have to use 100% old footage in adaptation toku. They usually get the suits, so
yeah,
you could do it.
Yeah, I think Kabuto would be a good choice as well.
Yeah.
I genuinely hesitate to choose any of the, like, post-decade riders.
Why is that?
I think that there's too much of an inherent goofiness in them for an American audience, unless you play it up entirely as a comedy. Like, we as an American audience have a difficult time, at least like the basic American audience, like people who don't really watch anime
unwashed
and
masses
stuff.
is what you're talking about, yeah.
They have a difficult time if something is too funny, still taking it seriously.
I don't know, man. Look at how popular Marvel movies are, the MCU. Those movies are almost all funny.
Those are quips. Nobody gets, like, their pants pulled down and fingers stuck up their ass and go, woo!
Well, it's two different styles of humor. Like, you'd never see that even in a 100%... Well, okay, maybe if it was, like, a fucking trashy Adam Sandler movie, you might see it in an American movie, but, like, you won't see it in a good American comedy, even if it is a 100% comedy.
Yeah, and I think, like, editing can do wonders. You could just edit out all of that shit or whatever, but... I think there's just something inherent that they don't want to see their transformed heroes doing silly shit.
Yeah.
And some of those characters are just inherently silly.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
There are some that I think Wizard would port pretty well to an American audience.
With those fight scenes and suits, yeah.
Yeah. And you could just change the story and make it more interesting.
There you go, your chance to fix Wizard, America. Take it now.
Don't give it to Saban.
You know it would be given to Saban. Who else would take it? Agnes? Are they even still around?
It would fucking Power Rider Mage.
Give it to Marvel Studios.
Yeah, Marvel Studios will take care of it.
Totally.
They'll do a crossover. They'll do like a Spider-Man V3 crossover.
They could do a thing where they make a bunch of Kamen Rider shows, and then they make a big crossover Kamen Rider show at the end.
You're like the most diabolical fucking... like, you need to be in a boardroom with your fingers steepled like Gendo Ikari.
Why has no one hired me? I have so many ideas. Jeff, you watched... Oh, are you saying something else?
I was just going to lead into talking about Bokenger.
Oh, well... Wow, we are of one mind this week, Jeff.
Disgusting.
You watched Bokenger. Well, we both kind of... I was half paying attention. We watched Bokenger this week.
You piece of shit.
I was really sick while this was on.
We watched Go-Go Sentai Bokenger together.
Yeah, we watched 3 episodes, right? Was it 3?
Yeah, we watched 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And one... I wanted to watch this series because it was a anniversary series. And an anniversary series in Sentai especially... tend to have a lot of little add-ons to it to make it more like previous series, like little throwbacks.
Yeah.
And I've been looking to get more into Super Sentai because I like it. I just never really delved too deeply into it. And I think Bokenger might be the last series where the, like, Red Ranger looked kind of like a badass instead of being, like, really effeminate and weak-looking.
The Red Ranger in Bokenger looks like Kamen Rider Knight when he's on Transform. The second I saw him, I was like, is that Ren? What the fuck?
It's like Ren if he was buff as shit,
It's like Ren if he was cool and not like an angsty loser. I mean...
What?
Who said that?
He's like Ren if he was buff as shit and wore, like, pink and red camo in the inside of his jacket and drove a dump truck for a living. The go-go dump.
I thought Bokenger was kind of cool.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes, and we talked about this while we were watching it even, were like, somebody fired the fucking script out of a cannon.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so fast. Like, especially the second episode, there were like 6 plots in that episode.
You can't even blink when you're watching Bokenger. The writing will just zoom right past you.
Like, there's a part in the second episode where they see Yellow, and she's talking to one of the enemies. One of, like, the negative syndicate.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
And they're like, oh my god, we don't know anything about her. I just realized she could be a spy from the negative syndicate.
Yeah, she's a new recruit, Yellow is, right?
Yeah. And then they, like, rappel down the fucking side of a mountain to get to her, and they're like, are you a goddamn spy? And she's like, no. And they're like, alright.
They confront her directly about it instead of planning to, like, attack her at a crucial moment or something stupid. And then she explains herself in a clear and concise manner, and then they say, okay, alright.
Actually quite refreshing, if it wasn't played in fast forward. But Bokenger is really cool, and it does something that not a lot of series that I've watched have done, in that there's like one villainous syndicate or whatever that they talk about all the time, but it's broken into 3 separate evil organizations that are secretly plotting against each other.
Yeah,
and refuse to work together.
There's like the wizards and the ninjas and what was the third
dinosaur
one?
people.
The dinosaur people, yeah.
And interestingly enough, Ryuno, or like, I don't remember his name, but the leader of the dinosaur people was based design-wise on Daizujin.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to go back.
Sick.
And look at that.
But there's episode 3 is what really made me want to sink my teeth into the series.
Really
more.
Cool. That's the one where they're looking for the scrolls of the 3 kingdoms, right?
Yeah, they're looking for the scrolls of the 3 kingdoms. Like the Ninja Society has taken them.
Yeah,
they have an actual name or whatever, but I don't know it.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
Blue and Black are the focus of the series. And Black is like a punk-ass bitch dickhead. He's like Liam's favorite character, I'm sure.
Hell yeah.
And Blue is like a suave, adrenaline junkie, in a way. He thinks he's suave, anyway. And seeing the reason why he acts the way he does, and why he became a member of Bokenger.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just to, as a way to seek thrills, because that's all he cares about.
It turns out this guy, at age 20, is ex-Interpol, and also a member of an international superhero, artifact hunting team. So, I don't know. He gets around, apparently.
He's quite accomplished for his age. If you're gonna get into Super Sentai, I would actually recommend Bokenger. You never feel like you're trudging through anything. I'll say that.
Yeah, it certainly, at least from what we saw, it certainly moves fast enough.
Things are always happening. There's always some cool action. There's an injection, a little injection of characterization and development and stuff that's nice. And I'm interested to see how the series goes. As a matter of fact, I'm probably, a friend of ours is, watching it with us.
Mm.
And I might just jump ahead and start watching it some more.
Fuck that guy.
If you guys want to talk about Bokenger, tweet at us. And you can send mail or whatever. We probably won't talk about it on the air or whatever, but I'll talk to you about it. I want to get into Bokenger a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be watching Bokenger. I'm too busy wrestling with Kuga, and that's taken me plenty long, but Jeff will watch Bokenger and he will report.
Yeah, send us a tweet about your experience with Bokenger at Rider Club Radio.
Or you can also send us an email about your experience with Bokenger at riderclubradio. Fuck.
You fucked it all up.
Fuck. I'm so worthless. riderclubradio at gmail.com.
There you go.
Thank you.
He just skipped like half of the middle. It's fine. I do want to take this opportunity to bring up a fact that I don't think I've ever talked about on this series. Is that Rider Club began as a Tumblr. I inherited Rider Club from a friend of mine. She had ran a Tumblr called Fuck Yeah, Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
And I inherited Fuck Yeah, Kamen Rider, and I changed it to Rider Club. Because I'm an asshole.
It's mine now. Do what I want with it.
And Kamen Rider stuff is posted there constantly. I've been upkeeping it for ages. And I have passed on that right to friend of the show, frequent writer, follower on Twitter, Belf. Belf is a dude who is cool.
He's a very nice fellow, and he now runs the Tumblr. I don't have a Tumblr. I don't know anything about Tumblr, so I don't know what that entails. Jeff is the Tumblr one.
I was the Tumblr one. Now Belf is the Tumblr one.
Jeff has passed the torch, actually. It's now Belf who is the Tumblr one.
I have thrown the ticking time bomb into his hands, and now he can deal with it. No, but we appreciate you taking over that. So, if you guys want daily Kamen Rider art, Kamen Rider insight, funny Kamen Rider images, hopefully no fucking memes, Belf. No memes.
Put as many memes as possible.
Fuck you! Follow Rider Club on Tumblr.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it's actually called on Tumblr. It's following, right?
I don't know. I think it's following. I don't have a Tumblr, man.
I have a Tumblr, and I don't actually know. Retweet us on Tumblr.
Give us the Facebook on Tumblr.
We don't have a Facebook. Fuck
Follow
that.
my MySpace page.
Facebook is for old people. Don't get a Facebook. Get a Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter's for cool people. That's at Rider Club Radio.
That was smooth as butter. No, but thanks for taking over, Belf. I don't know if he wants his Twitter given out, but anyway, if you want to have things to do with Rider Club, like if you want to get involved with Rider Club, you have to follow our fucking Twitter. I'm not giving you shit if you don't follow our Twitter.
Do it right now. I'm already said
Belf followed our Twitter
16 times this episode, but it's at Rider Club Radio.
I think that's all we have for this week.
Yeah, that's it. So,
alright, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks for listening. See you.
Bye.